All
Okay,
right.
so are you starting us off?
It's going away. No, we can't see you.
Yeah, I can see you. Man, that's a nice haircut.
Oh, he's got that wig going on.
You pulling it off? You pulling it off? Just don't go for that. What's that one guy with Don Barrick? The man bun guy? I mean, you're gonna get shit on. All right, so what are we doing? Okay, so you and me got to be careful because we got very small.
So I'm staying still. I'm gonna look at the screen right now, real quick.
Your eyes.
Take it forever.
There
All
you
right,
go.
this is the spot. All right.
Here's a story
of a lovely lady. Let's keep looking around.
Okay, so what are we doing? Is this dead time? We're going to start talking? Who's Jang, you leading us? Fearless leader of Winterfell?
King of the North.
Okay, let me know when we're going to start. Well,
we're live.
I think we're trying to do something too. Have an after show.
How's it going, Seth? It's going to be like an hour after I say that, though.
Oh, is it on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Seth is one of Last Boss's followers. Seth TT3. Hey.
Hey, there he is. Okay, cool.
He's a born again Last Bosses.
What is dead may never die, Vargas. Okay.
All right. So, what'd you guys think? Let's start with the beginning.
That was fun. What it was like the Punisher, man. Oh yeah. Well, do you know how they were doing like the whole previously thing? They were like previously on Game of Thrones. They were like quickly flashing. A lot of times I'm like, they're trying to remind you of stuff because that's gonna play in or something. So when they started doing that, I was like, okay. And then the last one they did was Arya and what's his name? That guy. Yeah, Walder. I'm like, okay. And then you see everyone start drinking. I'm like, man, every time someone tries to celebrate, every time. But yeah, what'd you think of Arya?
She's doing much better. I think her character looks more confident too, which is doing a good job of portraying. So
I think when she's in her element, she feels confident. But when she was like at that campfire later on, there was a little bit of like, I don't know if I can go through with, like, you know how when she was at the fair or the carnival or whatever with the theater performers, she started hesitating. I think she started to get that again there, and it's something like a roadblock for her. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
so when it's like complete revenge for her, she's zoned in on that.
Yeah.
But after that, if she has to kill someone to kind of keep everything quiet, she's more hesitant when it comes to that.
I mean, just because previously on, I had a moment where I was like, wait, Walter's there? And then I'm like, wait, I think I know what's going on. And then it's just slowly set in.
I immediately caught on to what was going on with that shot at the beginning.
Well, I wasn't sure what she was going to do. That's what caught me surprised. It was like multi-kill.
Yeah.
That was pretty gnarly. I was like, all right, you're Punisher. I got this. Straight up. Yeah. I mean, like, it already, there was word already further south where she met those troops. It was like something just wiped them all out. And they're like, what the fuck was that? Like, it's still a bit of like a urban legend kind of vibe to it. It's like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think she dodged a bullet with. Oh, like if like the moment you're saying? Yeah, I think it would. That would be trippy. I think another thing would be trippy is if she takes it a step further and she's got like three faces. First, it's like Maurice, and then it's Tommen, and it's Joffrey. She just like starts flipping through all the faces.
Oh yeah, that would fucking trip her up.
Hey, boss, I think
I just unmuted it.
Okay, there you go. Gotcha. Just making sure.
So wait, everything he'd been saying was muted?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm like talking to myself.
So yeah, she
The Mad King, last bosses. Yeah. So okay, there was that. Then what did it jump to? It jumped to the north, right? With
Yeah,
the badass like previously on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, yeah.
it jumped to winter coming, dude.
Yeah, winter's here.
I mean, she said it. She's like, tell everyone winter's coming, and then cue Night King.
Yeah, the North remembers winter's coming.
So
Yeah.
how's that Game of Thrones beer?
It wasn't too bad. I saved some of it. I think I want to. We had like a big dinner, and then I was like, oh man, I'm pretty full, so I didn't enjoy all of it, but it was good.
Nice.
But yeah, so Night King came. Do you guys think, in just speculating on like the White Walkers and everything and how everything's culminating, do you think we'll see whatever happens with the Wall or beyond the Wall with the White Walkers this season?
I think we will.
I think so.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to.
There's not enough time
It has to. Yeah.
to tell the story. They have to.
Well, I feel like given how short the episodes are, both these seasons, I think that's going to make it so this season there's so much going on with like these camps of like King's Landing, the North, Euron, everyone, just all the everything below the Wall, that it might like actually fill up more time than we think, and they could sneak it into next season and to have this like the whole season next season be that.
Yeah.
Just one idea I had. The other one, I felt like they were kind of going fast with this episode. I was like, man, maybe by the end of this episode they're going to come down this wall. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like this whole like shorter season thing is like really messing with my projection of when I think things are going to be.
Yeah.
But so what else was there? We saw Bran. He made it to the Wall.
Yep.
Yeah, he made it to the Wall.
I
Scared
don't-
the bejesus out of the guy.
Yeah, I wonder what like just going forward what he'll do now that he's with people again. Like he all of it, everything up to now has just been him finding the three-eyed raven. Like now that he found him, it's just what it seems like he knew what his purpose was now, but we don't. What do you guys think?
That's true, because I feel like the ending of last season with this season, there's a lot that we missed, or he's just more. He knows what's going on now.
I think he's gonna control a dragon in the future.
Ooh, that'd be pretty badass.
When shit hits the fan.
Yeah. When they did just backtracking one sec, when they did the Night King and the whole army and everything, I honest to God thought one of those giant people, like when it was further back, I was like, no, not Hodor. Please don't show Hodor. But then it got bigger. I'm like, okay, it's not Hodor. But
What
still.
if it is? But that giant was one of the Wildlings giants.
Yeah. So he might show up later.
Yeah.
But-
yeah.
So I think Hodor could still come back.
Yeah.
That-
And I think in the books, I don't know if you guys have read, but I believe there's like a dead like mastodon,
Holy shit.
a White Walker I don't know. It's gonna get biblical. I just know that. But anyway, I didn't want to backtrack too much. So we hit Bran. Then so now Winterfell. Let's just slowly like work our way down Westeros.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we went to Winterfell. What did you guys think? Everything went
Littlefinger, don't trust that fool. Can't trust him.
He got turned down by Ira.
He still wants it.
Sansa. Yes, turned down by Sansa.
It's not stopping him. He's like Urkel. He's like, I'm not giving up.
It's kind of like what's his name? The wildling, the red haired guy. in,
Oh
Brienne.
yeah, Tormund.
He
I
won't
want
take
to.
no for an answer.
I want to see him and her have their moment before he goes off. So Littlefinger, who else? What did you guys think?
There was Jon Snow. He was kind of, setting the chess play. He was setting everyone out, telling them what to do.
I agree with. Oh shit! Lady Mormont was still badass, man.
Man,
the little girl. Fuck, she's fucking badass.
Don't need your permission.
Or like, all right, we'll take her lead. What about the whole like kind of like dissent between Sansa and Jon? What do you guys think of that? Do you think it'll simmer down, or do you think it's going to escalate anymore?
It could escalate. I agree with Jon Snow. You shouldn't. If you have a disagreement, don't do it in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Especially since he's in power.
What do you think about his decision to keep the betrayers' families going?
I think that's fair, because it's like, what I mean. Okay, here's the argument that I think he should have made, like in terms of his stance on that. Any more killing just fuels the White Walkers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So stop that. Like every person, his whole point is like every man, woman, child, everyone's got to start like gearing up. Everyone counts. Every body matters. And then she's still like, we got to do this. Like she's still thinking King's Land, like I think smaller scale stuff. Like we got to like, prevent this, prevent that. I'm like, and I agree with John's point. He's like, their kids didn't do anything. Why the hell are you punishing them?
Yeah.
I mean, you should maybe incentivize the people that have been loyal to you. I think that's what Sansa's relating to, and maybe she feels a little bit that way, because when she made the choice to call in the Vale, I don't think she got any at all credit for making that call, regardless of her making the decision without Jon. Like she got more reprimanded than she did, complimented for that call. And I think it's gonna bother her more and more. Like it's gonna get to a point of like, I know better than him. I know how things work down south, but it's gonna be like, well, what's more relevant, and then how do we juggle that?
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely didn't agree that you should do that like in front of everyone. Like that just shows like lack of leadership coordination.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna if you could speak up once, sure, but if you go back and forth, it's like, all right, let's take this behind the scenes. We'll get on the same page. But Littlefinger's kind of poking and prodding at that.
That guy.
And I feel like there's gonna be another point where it'll be like last season, where she'll have to make a decision behind Jon's back, and she'll think like, well, I did it and it worked out last time, I'll do it again. I think that if it happens again and she makes that call again, it's gonna bite him in the butt.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, well, I gotta live with that because Game of Thrones. But, I mean, that's my thoughts. Did you guys have any other thoughts on that?
I think with the decision that Jon Snow made to keep the old houses part of that same castle.
Yeah.
It's a tricky subject, because Sansa's right, where you got to reward loyalty at the same time, because that could just mean other houses can betray you later on.
Yeah, they don't feel appreciated. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, it's like, what happened to the Starks? They lost their house and they came back. Like that was still their house, and because of that ruling, they got their home back.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, someone could have just been like, well, we took it over because we feel like we were owed that. And I don't know, conflict of how to run things. I think it was just like, this is not important. We got to keep things flowing here. We got to get people trained. Okay, so
we went to King's Landing after that, I think.
Was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah. It goes down to King's Landing.
We
Start us
see.
off. What do you guys think?
We see Cersei with this beautiful painting on the ground. I love that painting, by the way.
That was pretty legit. Yeah.
The guy's doing amazing work. I have to hire him. I need to get his number or something.
Paint your floor. Just her.
And then we see Jamie.
Yeah.
This
is like the first they talked though since he's come back, right?
Yeah, and then they mentioned the suicide of
Tommen.
Of Tommy, yeah.
Tommy.
And
Tommen.
She gets more cold-hearted, man. She's like, I love my children, but they're dead. It's us now.
Yeah, and she's like trying to ask for advice for military council. Yeah.
I think she wants his input because she sees some value there, but she ultimately is like, I got some ideas. I just want to see if there's anything I kind of missed, maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, she is colder, but I think she's like, now she has the opportunity. Like the whole time she had been telling her dad, like, you don't underestimate me. Give me a shot. I know I've been watching you. I've been learning.
Mhm.
She's like, we can't get emotional about this shit. We got to just like plow forward. I mean, we matter, not anyone in the ground right now.
Mhm. Enemies to the south of us, enemies to the east of us.
Yeah,
Enemies
so
to the-
there's the Dornish people, then there the Martells, and then there's the
King of the North.
Yeah, the King of the North, and then you got the new folk coming in, Daenerys and crew, and then you got the West, the Marjorie's people,
Tyrells.
Tyrell. Thank you. Yeah,
High, what is it called?
High Castle,
Location? No, that's where they. I think that's
High
right.
Garden.
High Garden, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm curious when we'll see, because we saw her with Daenerys last. We saw like the ship and stuff, but
Mhm.
yeah, I think her making the call to get Euron was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's going to lead down like she's entertaining these like more devious ideas of like how he's just like, I'll betray everyone. Like she's going to be like, he amuses me, she plays around with it, but then it's going to lead her down this path of more like forgetting that her and her brother are on the same side, all this stuff. I think it's going to take her down that dark
And that's
side.
the guy. That's the Greyjoy, right? That's the
Yeah.
Greyjoy guy. Okay.
That's the brother of the past king, Balon.
Yes, very, very unstable.
Yeah.
Very unstable. Not very formal, and that's something that Jamie for sure didn't like. I mean, he didn't like the guy in the first place, but
And making advances on his sister too.
Cersei was open to obviously she invited the guy over, but immediately like after seeing how informal he was like I decline your offer.
Well, I mean, she's like, I'll use him. Like, he's got the ships. Let him do. He's volunteering to do stuff for me to impress me. So,
And he
I
said,
thought he. Oh,
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. He was gonna bring her a gift. Tyrion? Question mark? Because they never said what gift.
Yeah, and that's that. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, that could be one of the most priceless things to her specifically, if she wants his head.
Yeah.
Give me a sec, guys.
All right.
Bring the cat.
Huh? His cat went away. But we got this. So yeah, so there's Cersei, Jaime. I think Jaime's just slowly starting to realize like Brienne is gone, like, and then Tyrion is gone, who was another person who was more on the compassionate side of things with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Cersei was always that colder side. I think. And what's his name? We haven't seen. I think we'll see Bronn again, but maybe later when things are getting a little bit more hectic. But I think he's starting to see he's more of like a fish out of water in King's Landing. Like this is not his element.
So this is like super spoilers. I saw a video, and that old lady that made a prophecy.
Yeah.
She actually prophesizes that she gets killed by one of her younger brothers.
Yes, that was in one of the earlier episodes.
Tyrion.
That Cersei is killed by one of her younger brothers. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Or, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cersei. And it's either people are suspecting it's Tyrion, but the other theory is it could be Jaime, the Queen Slayer. Like he sees that she does all this fucking shit, and he's just like,
He'll be a
backstab.
Kingslayer and a Queenslayer.
What are you guys' bets on that?
It makes more sense to do Jaime because it's it's out there.
It is very out there.
Tyrion, it's very predictable. If you
I feel like Tyrion has much more of a confrontation with her, so it puts him at odds with her more. But I don't feel like him killing his dad was kind of like a rare thing. Like it was a lot of fuel behind that.
Mhm.
I don't think he has as much hatred towards Cersei right now. Like
No.
she's always been out to get him. He hasn't necessarily been out to get her. Like they're just always at odds, and he'll like poke at her.
Yeah.
I think though Jaime is realizing more and more that this is like a vicious cycle for him. He's gotten the Mad King. He played a part in Robert's demise to some degree. He didn't kill him or anything, but I'm just saying like he was there, and now he might have to do the same thing to his sister. I think it's going to be a matter of like, will he get the drop on her, or will she like catch on and get the drop on him first? 'Cause she's pretty been on it, and like she's got her crew around her. I think she'll outsmart him, but he'll make an attempt, and so it'll be like this like mixed like she gets him, but then he'll like do one last thing and like sets the whole place on fire or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm voting for. I think it's more likely to be Jaime than Tyrion.
I think with Jaime, there hasn't been too much arguments between them, especially in this first episode, but it's already leaning towards she's looking for the future for them two, and Jamie's just like, we don't have a future anymore. Like we've lost everyone. It's just us two, and we can't. There's no. I think for Jaime, it's almost like there's no point for us to continue because normally you gain an empire for your children. They have no more. They have no more heirs for the kingdom that they'll be taking over.
I think like he's starting to see like faults in her logic, and she's making very irrational decisions. I think the more we go, the more it'll escalate, and he'll be like, she's gone mad. And then it's like, ooh.
I don't remember, but the daughter that they sent to Dorne, is she still alive or no?
No.
Oh, she died.
Remember the kiss?
Yeah, she died. Yeah.
She got that poison ivy kiss.
Fatality.
And did you guys see the preview for the next season? Or not next season, next episode, sorry.
I haven't.
I missed it, I think.
Oh, they showed like a brief like snip of a bunch of stuff, and one of them was like the Dornish chick that does the kissing. I think her and the Greyjoy daughter kind of like maybe hook up, and I don't know whether that's like just them being intimate or because I don't trust her too much.
Yeah,
I think that she might like slowly start like taking people out,
infiltrating,
possibly. Like for their not necessarily for one side or the other in the big picture, but more for our own interests.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like there was a couple other things. There was a lot more Daenerys. I don't know. What do you guys want to speculate on? What do they think? Was there anything else in this episode? Oh, Dany.
You predicted something and you got it correct.
What was that?
The Jorah Mormont.
Oh yeah.
In the cell.
Man, dude. Okay, that scene. Let's not forget Sam. That whole scene of him, the day-to-day,
the food, poop. You know what it reminded me of? You know those like YouTube remixes when they start making a hip hop beat, like ding, 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 ding. That's what it reminded me of.
I'm sure it's coming out by tomorrow morning.
How much time passed by for that guy though? For all that, and all he has to do is he's trying to get information on how to kill these White Walkers and how
he needs to hit up Harry Potter and get his invisibility cloak.
There you go.
Forbidden library secret stuff.
Don't worry about it from that point.
I've never been like the biggest fan of like the Sam story stuff, so I'm hoping it starts mixing in with other people again.
Well, he found some important information where to get more
Dragonstone.
Dragon glass. Yeah.
So I think that maybe if the information does get to Jon, there'll be a decision of like how to proceed. And we'll see like Jon pushing for like we need to go meet. I think that was the part of that next episode. They showed like a brief clip of one of the people in the mess hall for the North for Winterfell, and they're like, Targaryens? It's outrageous to side with them. So I think they kind of are like considering teaming with the whole news of Daenerys like hitting Westeros is like, is that an ally for the Starks? Do they try to work together? What's going to happen? I think what Sam did is going to kind of like fuel that a little bit too.
Because it showed Daenerys getting to Dragonstone, I think it's called Dragonstone, and what Sam found was that the Mountain of Glass is near that area, right? So
I think like on the beaches you can see one of the giant rocks of the many that make that island up. Yeah. So it's like just you gotta start mining that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, that means that they have to get through them either through talking sneakily or just fighting, which I don't think a fight will happen. So,
I think Jon's whole thing is going to be like, let's join, but
but there could be some backlash. Sansa,
but but that cameo though, I was like, man, that's a really nice voice. Who's singing?
Yeah, the Jorah. I was like,
Ed Sheeran, man. Woo!
Yeah, that was kind of. I'm curious if it'll play out any further. Like, I don't know. I don't know where that's gonna go.
After
then,
that, we did the Hound. Well,
yeah. There was the Hound. That was before Daenerys. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Showed the Hound and
his guilt.
He's got a sensitive side now.
That guilt, though.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of over all of it. He's just like, this is all just bullshit. Like, what's the point of like fighting left and right? Like, there's a new king every day. It doesn't matter. And I think he's starting to like. He denies what Beric and them are talking about, and this is sort of like what they talked about after the episode, with the inside the episode. But like he hates what they do, like the whole religious shit. He doesn't believe in, but he sees things. He's seen Beric been resurrected, like after he's slashed through him, and he sees all these other stuff. He's like, what is your purpose? Like, how do you? And when they showed him, that was kind of like, I think he's starting to open up.
Yeah. When they showed him the flame.
Yeah. And then did you guys catch whose house? Like, it felt like he knew the people in the house.
I think.
Oh yeah, it's the one that he robbed.
Yeah. I didn't realize that, but then like in the after the episode thing, they showed it. I was like, oh yeah.
It's the one where the guy told them they had secret stash of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It showed it in the recap in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
And then Arya is like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "They're gonna die anyways. It's winter. Winter's coming."
So it's interesting for them to call back to that, yeah. And then we got Daenerys and crew.
Daenerys, yeah, with
finally after all these seasons,
coming out.
All the dragons, her whole crew, Dothraki, Unsullied.
Mm-hmm.
Word's spreading.
Finally landed, and she's home. You can tell that she notices. I mean, she's taking it in by touching the ground and kind of just standing in front of that throne and
like everyone's wearing black now, like that whole wardrobe. Queen, Daenerys, they're like X-Men.
Bryan Singer is directing this season. Game of Thrones.
Yeah, everything's all dark now. Yeah. No more.
What's his name? Euron looked like he was like doing a little bit of Jack Sparrow, like just a hint of it. Like with the leather and everything, and then the eyeliner, and he's gonna be a little bit coy. He's like, I'm a buccaneer. I don't know.
Yeah. And then, what else was there? We had...
I can tell you one thing that wasn't there, which I missed from the books, and I don't think they'll be adding it, is... So, the Greyjoys, I think in the 4th book they introduce them. Victarion is this brother to Balon and to Euron. And Euron is more of like the sorcerer, scheming type of brother, who he is in this show. But Victarion was this badass guy. He was like a straight up Viking. He would storm the beaches. He had this legendary like role, but he was always not as clever as Euron. And so Euron kind of like supersedes him in the whole like what do they call it, the King's Moot. And then he's like, all right, well, now that I command you, you need to go off and find my future wife, Daenerys.
Huh.
So he sends him off on a mission. That's the last we've seen of his story. But I just remember him being such a badass, and I wish I had seen like a HBO version of that character, because there's some really cool fan art. Like his helmet is like a squid. You see like, and he's got like dual axes, and he's like the size of the Hound, and it's just fucking awesome. So that's one thing I think was a thing I would have liked to have seen, but I don't think they'll go down that road. Same with like Catelyn Stark, the whole stuff with her there. I don't think they're gonna add that in. But yeah, it was a good start. Definitely sets the tone, the pieces.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
What are you most looking forward to going forward?
I hope they talk more about the Many Fates God, because
really?
I know it's a guild of assassins, but it seems like their objective is to always keep balance in the world, and if Arya starts doing what she's doing and starts unbalancing everything, they might go after Arya.
Like reprimand her? Like you're really throwing this off?
I'm waiting for oh, sure, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I could totally see your point. Like that'd be like a unforeseen consequence to her actions.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the great big battle at the end. And who triumphs?
Which great big battle? The one
the war
the one underneath the thing, or the Song of Fire and Ice?
Song of Fire and Ice.
Okay.
And who survives? Because I think a lot of people are going to die. If you really think about it, they can't really do the craziest stuff in the very last season, because when you tell a story, the last season should be the downhill part.
Sure. Like the rebuilding.
Like 5 acts.
Yeah.
The 5th act is usually not the most action-packed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like you can see that like just episode to episode. Like the 9th episode is the climactic balls of the walls one, and then the 10th episode is always just the what's next.
Mm-hmm.
It set the tone for the next phase of this world or whatever. But yeah, I think this is going to be the crazy season, and then maybe next season will be like who's left, what's left.
Dream of Spring.
Yeah, maybe they go to Valerian. Like that place has been like like they can't live there anymore. It's like desolate and all this stuff and all this crazy stuff. Maybe the still new world will be a little bit different, but I think what I'm looking forward to the most would be Clegane Bowl. Are you guys familiar with that?
Yes.
The two brothers.
I want to see the mountain. I want to see the long-awaited. Yeah. This is more hype than Mayweather and McGregor. And this one I think will actually deliver.
Yeah. Who do you think wins?
We win.
Yeah, we win. But if I do have to choose, I think the Mountain's gonna win.
Really?
No, wait, no, sorry, the Hound. I think the younger brother, the younger Clegane, the Hound is gonna win.
I think I think he's gonna like. It's tough though. Like, I want to say like story wise he'll win, but I'm like, the Mountain's the fucking Mountain, man.
Yep.
He's not as nimble as the Viper, the Hound, but I think he'll start using dirty tactics. He'll like barbed wire him. He'll fucking like tie him up. He'll use every goddamn. It'll be like no holds barred.
I feel like it's gonna play out where he kills him, but he's not really dead like Jason Voorhees, and then
yeah, this was Jason Voorhees for sure.
Yeah, and then just smashes his head.
And then the mother, like Jason has his mother, right?
Yeah.
Cersei's that for.
Yeah, and then what if because he's starting to be a follower of the God of Fire. What's the resurrection God?
Lord of Light.
Lord of Light.
The night is dark and full of terrors.
So what if he dies and revives the Hound?
It's possible.
Yeah. He gets a second chance. He gets 2 lives against the Mountain.
He has a mission just like Barrick.
That'd be crazy.
So he's cursed with pretty much like eternal life.
Yeah.
I think he'd hate it.
Welcome to video game world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Life 2.
Yeah. Well, cool. That was a good episode, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be here next week after the next Game of Thrones, episode 2.
Yeah.
Which I don't know the name of it yet.
Comic-Con hype.
Oh yeah, Comic-Con that weekend.
Yeah. I'll hopefully be on that episode. I'll try to be, but don't expect me on that episode. So,
you're fine. Later showing.
Katie's hand might be in that episode. You might have seen a few appearances this episode.
The hand, Master.
Yeah. Yeah. She's the hand to the host. Cool. Where can they find you guys on the show? If they want to follow you outside.
If they want to find me outside, they can follow me at the Fulio365 on Instagram.
And
at The Last Bosses.
They can catch you outside?
Yes.
Catch me outside.
How about
that?
And you can find me at Cujo Prime. You can find us all at the Weekly DLC. Check us out on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Twitch. Follow us there. Any final words?
We got to make this better.
So say we all. Wait, that's the wrong show. That's Battlestar Galactica. Never mind. Vala Morgulus. And DLC you later.
All right. See you guys.
See you guys.